$1,500 richer. Two-time NASCAR. This is your 2013 NASCAR iRacing. It's going to be Humvee winning the race, and it's going to be Conti taking away his first NASCAR
2017 NASCAR Pecan Free Series Championship to Ryan Luza. Fella is a four-time champion of the NASCAR Pecan Free iRacing Series.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Skyline Customs Skip Barber series here from round 1 at Summit Point. I am your host Andrew Combs, and this is a brand new series for us. I am excited to be able to broadcast the Skyline Custom Skip Barber series. This is going to be a fun season, I think so. Just a little bit of information before the season gets started here. 20-minute races with 10-minute 2-lap qualifying sessions before them. We got 14 cars in the field tonight, as you can see over on the left. My apologies, 13. And they will be going for it all tonight. Practice is just about to wrap up, and we will get you into qualifying here in a few seconds. A little bit other information: if you look along the left hand side, you'll see that Corey Hart's name is highlighted in blue. That is who you're watching right now, in case you were wondering. But Paul M. Johnson's going to top practice, followed by Dylan Alt, Corey Hart's, Curtis Granger, and Carl Faust. But everything's going to get reset as we head here into qualifying, so we will see how it goes. Looks like Dallas Myhan's going to be the first one to come out onto the racetrack. He's got to get his warm-up lap down, and while he does that, I guess he's going to spin it. We're going to go ahead and cut over to Carl here. But while they do their warm-up laps, we're going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about this track. It's Summit Point Raceway, this track located in West Virginia, I do believe. It's a fun little track, one of the free ones on iRacing, and it provides some great racing. We are running the school layout, or the short layout, my bad, the short layout, and they're going to be basically just cutting off the hairpin when they come into the turn 1. So it's going to be a little bit shorter of a run down the turn 1 than we usually would be used to. But these cars don't usually have as much power as the majority of cars that run here. So it looks like Carl is going to come around. He's going to be the first one to get back to the line. And he's going to come down the front stretch, and he is going to begin his first timed lap. Hard braking into turn 1. Nicely done there. Slides the car through turn number 1. These cars do slide around a lot. You're going to see that. Hopefully some side-by-side battling going down into that corner. Hopefully maybe we'll see a dive bomb and cars will get taken out. That'll be entertaining. Carl makes his way out of that snail section. It's very tricky to get that right, especially if you have cars sliding up your inside in each corner. Not really a passing zone, so most guys are going to have to get their passing done into the hairpin there or into turn 1. He's going to come around to complete his first timed lap. And of course, he will go top of the board. Mitchell Robertson will fall in right behind him. Carl's lap 105.434. Mitchell Robertson and Paul M. Johnson is going to go faster with a 104.998. First one to break sub-minute 5 seconds second time. And Corey Hart's goes faster. So these guys just keep beating each other out for position here. Dallas, slowest of the cars who have currently qualified still. Grayson Trexler slots himself in the third. Here is Jared Bell. He has not set a lap yet. We're back here with Corey Hartz as he makes his way around this track. Oh, you can hear the tires squealing on that one. Let's ride on board here with Curtis Granger as he makes his way around this track. And Curtis makes his way out of the final corner. A long dash down to the line here. It's past pit exit. Where will he go? First place on the board. Minute 04.742. What a lap from Curtis. Let's see if he can improve on this lap. Pretty quick laps here. And he does improve. 104.611 is the fastest time. It looks like that will be all of our qualifiers. Looks like we have 4 cars that did not qualify. Glenn Bundren. I don't know if he's racing or not. I don't believe he is. So 3 cars, I guess, that didn't qualify. Those being, as you can see on the side of your screen, Andrew Ramos, Keaton Jones, and Nick Pruitt. We're going to cut away for a quick commercial break. When we come back, you'll get to see the first race of the season. Don't go anywhere. And as qualifying comes to a close, we get ready for race number 1 of the season here in the Skip Barber series. As the once the drivers grid up, I will run down the starting order, but as they stand, not enough drivers have taken to the grid yet in order to give me their positions. Looks like we got a little bit of a scoring issue right now. I'm going to have to turn this off. They're revving up. Ready to see them go. Watch the lights, and they are green. Into the first corner. It looks like they will all go through clean. And no, we got a car off. That is... It looks like Grayson Trexler. I could be wrong. No, I'm wrong. It is Paul Johnson in that bright green and black car, and he's going to have to fall all the way back to 6th. Glenn Bundren has somehow found its way up to the pole. Alright, it's a little bit screwed up right now, but once everybody comes through, and we got another car off. Who is that? I believe that is Dylan Alt. Dylan Alt is off in the back. So we've had 2 spins already just in the first lap alone, but Curtis is trying to make a gap already, but it looks like he's got Gavin Ropchin right on his tail. As they come around to complete lap number 1. Curtis Granger is going to lead the first lap. And look at that maneuver. And just almost got that move done. Gavin did, but Curtis is going to defend well around the outside. He's going to maintain with the lead. And Gavin wants that lead now. He wants to try to get it before Curtis can try to pull away. I'm not exactly sure what the tires are like on these cars, but 20 minutes isn't a lot of time to get a move done. 2 minutes have already been wasted here just in the first laps. These guys are only going to get about 19 laps done. So we got a little bit of a squabble in the background. Corey Hartz and Mitchell Robertson. Corey Hartz is going to go up the inside. Late break maneuver, and Corey is going to get the position. And he gets to keep it. Good move by Corey Hartz. Gets himself up into the top 5. Now I can set his sights on Grayson Trexler in the number 54 car. Back up front here, Curtis looking to size that gap. And another late braking maneuver from Gavin. He is putting it all on the line, trying to keep up with Curtis. And it looks like we got a car stopped on track. That's Dallas Myhan. Dallas Myhan is looped around. In a really bad spot on the track. He's going to have to wait for all the cars to clear. He's going to drop straight to the back. Here's Gavin coming under pressure now from Paul Johnson. Paul's going to have that slipstream coming down the front straightaway. And he looks like he got a much better run out of the corner. And we got a car around in the background. But we're going to stick with his bow here for a second. It looks like nothing became of it. And that would be Mitchell Robertson. And looks like Andrew Ramos spun off the track as well. and that is an unfortunate one. But Curtis Granger up front. We got a 3-car battle developing here for the lead. Grayson Trexler's trying to run down the front. And Paul M. Johnson had an off. As soon as I say it, he falls off the pace, and he's going to come under pressure now from Grayson Trexler. So much is happening here in such a short amount of time. Grayson is going to have a big advantage here over Paul. If he can stick right on his rear wing around the corner, which he does, he's going to have the draft and a great exit coming off the corner. I expect him to get this move done coming down turn number 1. He moves low. And it looks like he will get the move done. Or no, he will not get the move done. He's going to slot in behind. I am surprised. I thought I would have gone later under the brakes. Focus now on Gavin Ropkin. These two, I expect one of these two to be one of the ones to win it all, but we still got one pit stop that we gotta do. Mandatory 1 pit stop in this race. Should happen just around halfway, so we're gonna see if we get some guys diving into the pit here in a few laps. And it looks like we're already down to... Nope, we're at 12 cars. Andrew Ramos is on pit lane. The 11 car is coming off pit lane, but it looks like Dallas Myhand is still gaining on Carl. But we're going to stick with this battle up front here. Grayson Trexler has had an off. He has fallen away from Paul Johnson. Dylan Alt's gained position. Oh, and Gavin almost gets to the gearbox of that 69 car of Curtis Granger. And it looks like he's going to hold on to the position for another lap. Gavin's got to hope to get right up behind him coming down that front straightaway if he wants to make anything work. Back here with Grayson Trexler. He's fallen the 5th. Corey Hart's right behind him. Nick Pruitt's got a battle forming here with, I believe that's Jared Bell right behind him. It is. Back up front, Curtis is expanding his lead. And I think Gavin is just going to sit back and hope that he can beat him on strategy at this point. He's going to run the tires off the car if he tries to make anything work from this far back. Looks like Andrew Ramos' night is officially done. He's been on pit road for 2 minutes, already 1 lap down. You're not going to make that up in a cautionless race. Dylan Alt coming through the kink. He's in his own little world right now. There's Paul Johnson. Also in his own little bubble, so really, it's only these front 2 cars that are really battling anybody at the moment. And then here's your other battle. Oh, and there they go. As soon as I switch to it, Nick Pruitt off, and Jared Bell is going to get position 8. And unfortunate for Nick, that he was having a good points position there. Looks like Gavin's closed down the gap a little bit, but he's going to need more than a little bit of the gap to close down in order to get something done here. Nobody has dove on the pit road yet for a scheduled stop. So it looks as if we're going to be coming to the pit window here very, very soon. If I were Gavin, the undercut's going to be what I want to do. I'm going to want to pit here in the next lap or 2. I want to pit before Curtis to make sure he doesn't get the fresher tires in order to get away from me. And just look at how those cars slide through the corner. Like a dirt car on pavement. Good run here down the back or front straightaway for Gavin. He's gonna go way late on the brakes. Doesn't quite get there, but he closed that gap down a lot. He's going to be in the tow, coming down to the hairpin. Gavin's done a great job to close this gap down. If he is truly faster than Curtis, I would pit this time in, get himself some clean air, and hopefully jump him in the pit stops. Let's see, do any of them come in this time? Neither of them do. He's going to stay out. He wants this position. And we're going to stick with this battle because really it's the only battle on the track right now. Curtis goes defensive. He knows that Gavin is close enough to make a dive bomb. Here he goes. Is he going to get there? Oh, not close enough. But I think he will be close enough to get a move done into the hairpin this time. Only about 2-3 car lengths back. And it looks like Grayson Trexler is the first car to make a scheduled pit stop, but we're going to stick with this battle as it is still shaping up. Oh, we got a car off. That is Andrew Ramos, I believe. No, that's Dallas Myhand. He's off, but he is already one lap down, so his race is pretty much over. Grayson Trexler is off pit road. You can probably do a fuel stop only here. And it looks like both cars are going to pit, so this is your battle for the lead right here. It looks like Paul Johnson's going to come in behind him. It's going to be a battle of the pit crews coming off pit road. We're going to have to see where Grayson Trexler comes out in all this. Looks like he might be too far back around the racetrack to get anything out of it. Here they go into their boxes. Who's going to get off pit road first? Everybody's in. Curtis is going to get off first, and wow, Gavin is nowhere near him. 0.3 of a difference, and look how much of a gap that is. And there is Grayson Trexler, who pitted early. He's not going to get anything out of this. And Curtis now has himself a pretty sizable advantage as we got a car off in the background. That is Micah Robertson. And he's got to get out of the way of this red car of Dylan Alt that's coming through. So really right now, everybody's in their own little bubble. Nobody's really having a battle except for Carl Faust and Grayson Trexler here, who's got a car coming down the pit road. Oh, and Grayson blinked out as they... Oh, wow. There he's back. He's back, and he's... Looked like he completed the dive bomb there for a second, but he blinked out just in time in order to not make contact. So I guess lucky for him and those other cars, because that would have probably been a 3-car pileup right there. Yeah, Grayson looks like he's in and out a little bit with connection issues right now. He's dropping on my end. I don't know if he's gotten off the track or not, but... And Carl Faust is going to dive it into the pits anyway, so he is going to be off. As we cut back to this battle here. Whoa, looks like we got a car way off. Who was that? That looks like the... That's like the 12 car. No, that's not the 12 car. Where is... That was Gavin going for something ambitious there. Trying to maybe get away a little bit. Right now, I can't think those are just lap cars. Yeah, that's Nick Pruitt right there in this... In the 7-Eleven car. And Keaton Jones getting lapped. So a little bit of a squabble with the lap cars for now, but everybody is really in their own world. So I don't say any way Curtis loses this race unless he finds a way to spin it or wreck himself out. Because that is your gap right there, folks. 3.5 seconds across the line. going to have to make up at least half a second per lap in order to get this. Trying to get this win. Paul Johnson is not out of it, folks. But he's got a sizable gap to claw down. All Curtis needs to do, just keep it clean, keep it on track, and he's probably got this win locked up. But as I say that, the lead has come down to under 3 seconds now. And as they cross the stripe, what's the gap going to be? 2.866 seconds. So if Paul can close at this rate, he might be able to get the win. He might be able to snag it right on the last lap. We'll have to see. There is only 5 minutes left to go in this race. And there is a 2.5 second gap. And it looks like Paul Johnson has gone off. Gavin has now slid up into second place. So if Kerr's job didn't get any easier, it did just there. And it looks like now we got a battle for second and third. Corey Hartz has got nowhere near him. Same with Michael. Same with Carl. Same with Jared. So really, this is your battle that's on the track right now. Gavin, Paul, and Dylan all in shot right there. Going down to 3 minutes to go. This is the battle for effective second place. Gavin Robkin, Paul M. Johnson, and right in the background, right there, is Dylan Alt. He is not out of this thing. A podium is still on for Dylan, but these are your probably effective podium right here. Curtis has all but got this thing locked up. Three minutes to go right now. So we got 3 minutes left in this race. I expect we'll get about 3-4 more laps left. And that's enough time to make a move, especially for Dylan if he can manage to claw back this time. He is not far. But it is an 8-second gap to the leader. He's pretty much got this thing all wrapped up for himself. But here we go, Paul M. Johnson. He is in the slipstream. Let's see if he can get to that gearbox by the time we get down into the last corner. And it looks like he will. He's got a big run, only about a car length gap. He's on the gearbox, and he's going to go for it down into this corner. Gets to the outside, but I don't know if he's going to want to do that. Oh, and he's going to hold on. Get back in that slipstream. Hopefully he can get a run back into turn number 1. Late breaking move with 2 minutes left in this race. Man, they are sliding all over the place. This is just bringing Dylan right back into the race. He's only 1.6 seconds back from Paul. And Gavin's going to have to put on a defensive showcase to try to keep Paul behind him with the slipstream in these cars. It's very effective. And these two long, flat out, not technically straights, but you're pretty much full throttle the whole time. If if I were Paul right here, I'd set him up. Don't go for it into this corner, but go for it into the turn number 1. That's where you can dive him the best. Looks like he will. He's right in that slipstream. He gets a really good exit, really wide exit. He's going to dive to the inside. He's going to be side by side heading down into turn number 1. Late braking maneuver. Will he make it stick? He will. And oh, I think they might have made contact there, but that brings Dylan Alt right into this. We got a 3-car battle for second place. Will Gavin go back up the inside here? Looks like defensive maneuver from Curtis. So no contact made there. These 3 cars are going to be the guys that are fighting it out for the last step of the podium. "20 seconds left in this race. I believe we will be getting the white flag this time. Up front here. 10 seconds as he rounds the corner. Will the flagman present the white flag? I couldn't tell there. Yes, white flag is out. So if it's going to be a move for one of these guys, it's going to be now or never. Who's going to make the podium? Who's going to be the one sitting down in park firme? And it looks like they make contact, and he's going to spin him. That's going to put Dylan all out in front, and that's going to be a podium for him. And it looks like Gavin is going to come out the 3rd place car out of that. Oh, you don't want to see it end like that. But Dylan, he bit his time. He clawed back that time. Had a slow pit stop, but managed to find his way back up into 2nd place. And there's your leader, Curtis Granger. He led every single lap of this race. He controlled it from the start. 1 corner to go. Rounding the last corner, Curtis Granger is going to win race number 1. That's a little bit of an off track. Race number 1 of the Skyline Custom Skip Barber Series. Dylan Alt comes home second, Dylan Alt comes home second, and Gavin will come home third. He completes your final step on the podium. And hopefully we can get an interview with each of them. But there is your race winner, ladies and gentlemen. Curtis Granger, your race winner here at Summit Point. Congratulations to him. He put on one heck of a performance. And there is your podium right there. Curtis Granger is going to round it out on pole. Let's see if we can pull him in here to the broadcast booth. Curtis, this is Andrew in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, man, congratulations. You led that thing start to finish. You pretty much controlled this thing from the get-go. How does it feel to win the first race of the season?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was not the fastest person the entire race. Paul was definitely very quick, and Gavin as well kept on coming back to try and get me in turn one. But I was just consistent, had a really good pit stop, got a good lead on Gavin, and then I didn't see anyone for the rest of the race.
Yeah, let's talk about the pit stops there for a second. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it might have been Gavin who came in right on your gearbox into the pit road, and when you emerged, you were well out in front. What was going through your mind going into the pits there?
I I was just really confused on what I did wrong. I was thinking, did I get enough fuel in the car? But somehow I did, and I was like 2 seconds ahead of where I was before the pit stop started, and it was just really confusing. I thought I was screwed, but I just had a really good pit stop, and I came out on top, and it was awesome.
Well, congratulations to you, buddy. I'm going to let you go celebrate. Curtis Granger, your winner in race number 1 at Summit Point Raceway.
Thank you.
Up.
Dylan Null, it's me. You got me?
Yeah.
All right, Dylan. Well, came home second place after sitting fourth there, coming into the last lap. What was going through your mind there when you saw the 03 make contact with Paul Johnson?
When I came in turn 1, I had a huge run off of them, off of the last corner. I was catching them. They were both Gavin, I think, was trying to let him like have the position because they didn't want to really battle with each other. And I don't know really what happened there, but I came in with a full head of steam and just they both wrecked each other, and I just passed them pretty easily and took second. But I didn't really want. I wanted to have like a battle with them, but it sucks to take second place like that with both of them just wrecking each other. But I started that race with a couple mistakes, actually a lot of mistakes, because I haven't raced these cars in a while. Like this is my first ever race doing with the new tire model and everything, and I spun out in the third corner, I think that is, and which sucked, and I made a couple mistakes. I actually hit Andrew, made him spin out, and they're probably pissed off at me. But overall, the race was pretty fun and was pretty clean.
So let's actually talk about your race overall for a second. You had probably, I can't really put this lightly, one of the worst pit stops in the field. Did you think you were going to be able to claw that back and get yourself to the second?
I had one of the best pit stops. I was 12 seconds back from Curtis. I gained up until he was 8 seconds from that pit stop. Yeah.
Oh,
I was like
a
couple seconds back from. Yeah, you might be wrong.
I might have
from
well,
that.
your I'm looking at the stats right now. Your pit lane time was one of the best ones, but your stop in general was slower. It says here you got 11.2 second stop. A lot of these guys had 10 seconds.
Yeah, because I took a fast repair. That's why. Because
okay.
I had no straight line speed. Took a fast repair. That took a little time off. But my entry, I came in with a full head of steam, and then I slammed on the brakes, and I was perfectly in the pit stop. So, yeah.
Well, you did a great job at clawing back all those positions. Congrats on your second place finish today.
Thank you.
And we will pull up our last driver here, and probably the most controversial one on the podium.
Oh.
Gavin, it's me, Andrew Combs, in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yeah, I've got you.
All right. Well, not a lot to talk about except for that last lap. Tell me what was going through your head there when you were going down the turn number 1.
Oh man, right after we passed the flag, getting ready for the last lap, the white flag. You know how turn number 1 goes, dude. Usually on the starts, there's a lot of trouble, but this time at the end of the race, Paul, I swear he was going a little bit too fast. His braking zone, I was watching, and he ended up braking a little bit after the braking zone. So I knew he was going to be going really fast. And he ended up getting in the corner, getting a little sideways. I did make some contact with him. And then whoever else got by. And, man, it was an awesome race.
You were really good throughout this entire race until right about after the pit stop. It seemed like you lost all your time there. What happened in the pit road?
I am just not good at pit roads. I was trying to keep up on the red car, the winner, whatever his name is, and it was totally awesome. His name's Curtis. Good for him. And yeah, I was just trying to keep my line and trying to keep my speed up with him because I didn't want to get a black flag. And he went down pit road, and I thought maybe his stall was going to be in front of mine, and I don't know. I just got messed up, but it was kind of a fast lap, I ended up being, I think, like around 3 or maybe 2 seconds back on him, but never could quite catch back up to him.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish. You round out the podium.